Peace, y'all. Welcome back. Just back home from my last appointment at the sports medicine doc / chiropractor. Having my laser therapy done on the discs and my decompression. And I'm feeling pretty good. Hopping right in and out the car. I didn't even realize it until I got in the car that I'm not easing in, turning, putting my feet in. I mean, I just hopped right in like normal. It's only been 5 sessions. I got 19 more, right? So they're closed Monday because it's Labor Day weekend. Have a good weekend, everybody, celebrating your labor. As you can see here, the place, we did clean the place up pretty nice. We're not normal yet. We're not to our final destination. Things are pretty tight over here. Getting in here to do, some lathe work. We could if we have to. But everything over in here is a little tight yet because we've got things going on. Bray's cart will go in a trailer for the winter. This one won't. But everything else in here will. Along with, like I said, the wagon over there. Probably the vertical stand will be out of here. That will be out of here. If we get to winter, maybe we just throw it in the trailer. Maybe we tear it all apart. Take it, strip it all down, and we'll scrap the frame in the spring if it's still here. But we want the motor for the parking lot beater that we want to build. A little, just weld something together. Doesn't matter if it's handles or doesn't or whatever. Just something we can chase a little braiding around a parking lot with. We stashed some stuff underneath. Not much, not too much. Just, get the stand for the Larry. Really all we've got to do with this is cut these off and metal finish them down, Ace. And then really the only other thing we would have to address would be this, because I think we may end up going with Paul Martin master cylinders. We rebuilt the brake calipers, but they were leakers, and the bores of those cylinders are in pretty bad shape. So it's a good chance that they may be junk. Maybe if it's worth our time and the cost to have it done, we might be able to bore the bores for the pistons out and press a sleeve in it, and then have it machined to the right size to try to save that stuff. But we've got a Brembo. We've got Bob Cole hooked us up with the old Brembos up there. It was just a matter of changing the mounts. I think those will work on the vented rotors we've got hooked up for this thing. So we'll get it worked out one way or another. The work to put different brakes on would be on the spindle. So we did nothing here. And if we absolutely had to, once everything's painted, if this needed a different piece, a mounting bracket for Paul Martin or American setup, we could always maybe cut it down, bolt a bigger plate on, if we had to, instead of welding on something that's already painted. But other than that, we tried our blaster. Our blaster won't remove any of this stuff. So next we'll try a little paint stripper and see if the paint stripper will take it off. But I'm pretty happy with the way these welds look right now, right? I mean, that's pretty darn clean. Prime paint, bing, bang, boom, start slapping her back together. We've already spread this seat strut out for the bigger seat, so we already know, we're good to go there. So not a lot to do. This will be the winter project, and we'll get into this into the winter. Obviously, this is the most pertinent an important project we'll be working on. So we're going to bring the seat form in here probably this weekend and pour some foam around me and at least get that bit done so I can put it on the rolling stand and get to working on it, laying up a seat for this deal here. Of course, we'll be working on, like I said, we'll be working on the stuffer project, right? Pouring us a new, first making a void mold and then pouring us a new stuffer or two. We got all this stuff out of the box just to check off the list and make sure everything on the list was actually included, because a lot of times you hear horror stories about this Chinese stuff that it's missing some things. You know, these deals here, look, this isn't going to hold that thing down, but it'll be good for holding down, pinning down the tarp on the floor of the place for sure. So we went through everything's here. Got our little our instruction manual. All the parts and pieces are here. So me and Cherri will probably later on today put the frame up. The way they have this explained is they want you to put the whole frame together first before you start putting the cover on, you see. Step 4, you're putting the legs on. You already put the top together, right? And you're putting the legs on. And it looks like maybe you put the top together, you put the top tarp on, and then you stick the legs on and stand it up. Either way, doesn't really much matter. That isn't going to be too difficult. What I'm worried about is I don't want to put any tarp on it until it's strapped down. And we have everything. They give us the rope, and we've got the big spikes, right? So shouldn't be too big an issue to get this going. Yeah, see, they want you to put the top bit on before you put it up. So you know, we can get this bit done today and get ready. You know, we want someone else here. I'm sure me and Cherri could do this bit and get the legs up. It's not that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? But we certainly don't want her flying away. And once you do this on here and get the legs, you're gonna have to stake it down. And I do have mini sledge to pound these things into the ground with, so that's not an issue. We have, you know, I just don't know. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good, but I just don't want to regress, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to go backwards in this process. So maybe we wait until, you know, Kenny gets here or something. Kenny's coming Saturday to cut the grass. Maybe we would just get this top bit in place here and, you know, just start working on getting this stuff out of here, right? This fancy board, the boards that we did the bench top in Cherri's room here. There's still a bit of them left. I don't know if there's enough, probably not enough left to do the full T we want, but maybe the section that's going to be on wheels and movable, who knows. But we need to get this stuff out of our hair too, either in the corner over there, out of our hair, so it's off this stand, and it'll open this place up even a little bit more yet. We're doing what we can here, man. We're doing what we can. Another Past Ironers commercial, obviously. How you doing, Steve-O? Bobby, you talked to Bobby this morning. He was on his way to Fremont for the big one that we showed you on the poster there. If you ain't doing anything, man, head over to Fremont and check out the rear engine only twins and singles, tearing it up over there, selling parts and pieces, little sale, little swap, little cart, you know, running around. They don't race, but they do run the carts, and that's always cool to watch. You know, and just enjoy your weekend, folks. I know I'm going to. I don't have to see the doc on Monday because of the holidays. So the wife is off today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So yeah, we're gonna get a whole bunch going here, and I'm gonna get on these T-shirts. I got a bunch of stuff lined up, so we're gonna go ahead and start popping out T-shirts and sweatshirts. They ain't gonna worry so much about the shorts now that you know, the shorts weather is probably coming to a quick end. But we're going to start pressing these things out and getting some of this stuff done. We spent some dough on a bunch of transfers, you know, to go on the shirts. And man, that stuff was so very affordable. It just, I don't know if buying her a Cricut machine. Luckily, I didn't do it, right? Because I think it's cheap. It'd be cheaper for us to work with the Ninja company that we're working with, making the helping us with the design and making what we want for a transfer. And then the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. And it was cheap anyway, man. So, yeah, real professional job, you know. And we just put the stuff on. So that's it for right now. I'm gonna go in and make sure the clip from Wednesday, I put it on to upload to YouTube before I left for the dock. So I'll go in and probably go ahead and post that one up and then put this one on right behind it. We got plenty of room. It's nice to be able to walk through here. We packed cabinets. The cabinets that were here are underneath there and covered up. We got all the other cabinets that were in front of our entertainment center, all those milk crates kind of spread out a little bit and out of the way, so leaving us some room. We got another little miniature workbench here to work on some things. You know, we're doing the best we can, little bit at a time. We're getting her going, right? Finding a place for things. Remember, I've got our VHS tapes for our entertainment center thing here. All the stuff that goes in here is still up here. We've got to get it all put in. The TV's in there, but we've got a Super 8 and a VHS camcorders that I use as players, and then we use the TV as a monitor. And the whole system was already set up over there in Roseville, and it's going to be cool. Yeah, it sure would be nice to be able to watch a little video while we work out here. You know what I'm saying? Godspeed, God bless. Hang in there, y'all. It'll get better. It's already getting better, right? We got the wood's ready to get bolted to the wall, nailed to the wall, and build up some benches, and we've got everything we need. We just need to get healthy and stay healthy so we can get to it. I'm praying for you. Pray for me. I need it too. Thanks, y'all. That's it. Go to the big one. Go see Bob at Freemont. It's a good time. They give you free lunch too, chicken lunch.